Hey there fellow gamers, this is Lock and Load coming at you with another Marvel Strike Force video. In this video, I'm just going to go over the characters I used to 3-star Doom Chapter 2 Nodes 4, 5, and 6. If you find these videos helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more videos like this. The characters you're able to use for Nodes 4, 5, and 6 are going to be Hand, Marauders, or Spider-Verse. Let's get into the characters I decided to use. As you can see here, if you have your symbiotes built up to about at least 300k in total team power, you can easily just run this on full auto and it would just complete all the nodes. With that being said, I'm going to use a hybrid of the Marauders just for the purpose of this video, for those people who don't have all the symbiotes already built up. With that being said, the first character I'm going to get into is going to be Mr. Sinister. I've only T4'd his special ability, which adds all the T4s when you clone a character, which is very helpful, so they can be potentially better than the enemy you have on the field. I do have him as a healer ISO. The next character I'm going to use is going to be Doc Ock. I have no T4s invested in him. I have him as a healer as well. He's very much a plug-and-play character. His T4s are predominantly for war. Next is going to be Strife. I have him as I have his ISO class as a fortifier, and the only T4 I have is in his passive, which just grants health and barrier when a character drops below 50% for mutant villains. The next is going to be Sabretooth. I have no T4s invested in him, and I have him as a Raider, as his ISO class. And last but not least, it is going to be Mystique. Once again, I have no T4s invested in her, and I have her as a skirmisher. That way she can apply some vulnerables. It's not going to be effective on this team since there are no strikers. So the vulnerables are, I don't want to say are going to go to waste. Alrighty, let's get into the placement of the characters. As you see, it auto-populated my strongest characters. Once again, my symbiotes is around 615,000 TCP, so they could do this on full auto with their eyes closed. In the middle, I'm going to put Doc Ock because he's one of the biggest characters. Behind him, I'm going to put Sinister because he's also one of the big characters if they run into him. I want Strife on an end just in case when he taunts, I have only chaining into Mr. Sinister. And on the two ends, just because they're smaller characters, I'm going to put Sabretooth and Mystique. We just have to defeat the enemy operators, of which I'm going to target them right at the start. I'm going to put Strife's taunt up, just so characters have to go through him. I'm going to throw out Doc Ock and his extra character, just so I have another attacker on the field. I'm going to mind control and look as a duplicate as one of the operators to try to get one down. I might as well go right after the operator that has the lowest health, just so I can get one off the field. It's one less you have to worry about. So with this, I want to make sure I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to do Killmonger just because he has multiple attacks that hit multiple people, and they hit multiple times. Let's get the offense up from Shocker. And let's do this attack to try to get rid of the operator, but it doesn't work. It really doesn't matter which one you go after. Taunt, it's going to hit all three of these characters. And one of the operators was able to go. So by getting rid of one of them, they both would have gone there, and it could have been real devastating. Let's flip all the positive effects here with Doc Ock. And let's try to get rid of these two mercenary riot guards just so I don't have to deal with their taunt again. Once again, there's another operator on the field. I'm going to go right after him. So if I don't kill him, he is ability block, so he won't be able to do his operation turn. I'm going to wait on doing this heal here, since everyone's already at full health. Now, I'm just going to go after X23 because she can bypass taunt and attack the most injured character. Once again, when a character that is the enemy operator pops up, just go right after him. I'm going to go once again after these mercenary riot guards just because I don't want to have to be stuck behind a taunt. And this is what I mean. So X23 was able to bypass Strife's taunt and go right after Sabretooth. And he's got a couple depth boosts to save him, but he's low on health. And once again, another operator dropped. I'm going to go right after him. Once I drop him, this match is going to be over. And this is how I 3-starred Node 4 of Doom Chapter 2. Let's get into Node 5. We're going to keep the setup as the same as the previous node. With this node, I'm going to mind control and look like one of the crossbones because I don't want them to self-destruct or taunt. I'm going to get the taunt up with Strife so they're forced to go through the character I want them to go through. So the computer gifted us a Mystique, so I did her middle ability, which applies Disrupt, so they won't be able to taunt. If they do, it's just going to be null and void because you can't add any more positive effects. Just like that. I'm going to get Chakra out on the field, get some regens out to everybody. My mentality is still the same. I want to get rid of Crossbones. I want to get rid of both of them. I do not want them to self-destruct. Let's get the offense up from Shocker. And how about I clone Baron Zemo? That way we can apply ability block. Let me ability block the higher health Crossbones. And let me hit this Hydra guy back here and hit the most amount of characters. I got 3 of them down. Since Crossbones is ability blocked, I'm going to go right after Invisible Woman over here. I don't want her to put up a barrier, which she did, or put people into stealth. Once again, I'm going to do the massive AoE. There's no positive effects to flip, but it hits everyone on the board. I'm going after Mr. Fantastic here, but it's pretty much pick and choose whichever one you have the most issues with. I would say leave the Hydra ones for last. Mr. Fantastic or Namor's usually the more problematic ones to deal with. And this is how I was able to 3-star Node 5 on Chapter 2 of Doom. Let's get right into Node 6. Node 6 is Captain America Sam Wilson. He's very important for your skill raid team. Just in general, he's a very good tank for your team. He has that turn 1 ability to apply taunt. Big, massive AoE damage from his special. With all that good news being said, we're going to keep the same characters as they were before. Same placement. And let's get right on into the action. Bullseye has very colorful eyes on this one. It does nothing special. The computer gifted Mystique, I'm going to go right after the Mercenary Riot Guard. Once again, I do not want to be stuck behind his taunt. Let's apply the taunt with Strife just because I like them targeting one person. And I have 2 ISO healers on the field that every time they go, they apply heals. And right there, Doc Ock turn 1 gives an extra character and gives regen to them. I know it was a bit of overkill with that middle ability there, but it's worth it. We're going to go after Mercenary Lieutenant because he can heal the team. I don't want to have to deal with that. We can just do basic. His health was low enough. I'm going to just clone Bullseye here just because I know he's got good single target damage. Let's get the offense up again from Shocker. And we'll go right after Bullseye. I'm going to switch this over to Daredevil just because I want it to hit as many characters as possible. And let's flip those positive effects there. Now with this wave, it's kind of a toss-up on who you should go after. We're going to go right after Taskmaster because turn 1 he's able to blind people, and turn 2 he's able to apply a stun. Right here with Strife's ultimate ability, because it hits all adjacent characters, we're going to go after the character that hits the most amount of people. Once again, I'm going to go right back to attacking Taskmaster. You got to be careful. You don't want Hulk's health to get too low or he's going to clear all his negative effects. Now that Taskmaster's gone, I'm going to go after Hulk just because he's already done his big Hulk smash, so I don't have to worry about him coming after me pretty much. The next person I'm going to go after is going to be X-23, just because I don't like having to deal with an X-23 as an enemy. Let's go after Mark Sniper just because Negasonic back there has barrier, so it's going to be a little bit more work to get her down. Why? So I'll just throw the offense up again. And that is how I 3-starred Node 6 of Doom Chapter 2. Please tune in to my next video where I go over the characters I used to 3-star Doom Chapter 2 nodes 7, 8, and 9. Thanks for watching.